action this week. Isaiah James, one half of the Reality of Wrestling Tag Team Champions. You see, we have now over 100 people in our studio audience, the biggest studio audience we've been able to have since the COVID-19 pandemic. We're about to open back to full capacity here in the near future, and we are excited that we get to bring you the flagship of Texas wrestling and start off with such a great match. Isaiah James been one half of those tag team champions for several months now, but competing in singles action. Always interesting to see if you have what it takes to get the job done. And here comes Jay Alexander. Jay Alexander was one of the late additions to the Renegades of Wrestling, and you look at him right now, the man is jacked. He's yoked. He's ready to go. And we will see if his wrestling acumen will couple with his impressive physical looks. I mean, you got to think about this guy coming in, having a major opportunity. Even if it's one half of the tag team champions, he's still battling against a champion here, Reality of Wrestling, in his very, very young career. That says a lot about the prospect that is Jay Alexander. Collar and elbow tie up right there. You see Jay Alexander using that strength that he has, that size that he has, but Isaiah James staying right there in it with him. Count 1, 2. The referee's trying to break this up in the corner. Isaiah James letting go, playing by the rules. Jay Alexander going for a lariat right there, but the veteran had it well scouted, and now some forearms and some chops to the rib cage and the chest of Jay Alexander. There's a pop to the face, side headlock, shoots him off into the ropes. Oh! Had it scouted there, did Isaiah James. Beautiful leapfrog right there. Isaiah James now waist lock. Reversal from Jay Alexander. Cover, 1, 2. Jay Alexander almost with an early upset. Isaiah James sweeps the legs, looking for a double foot stomp. Jay Alexander moves out of the way. Isaiah James says, I was just that close to you. Oh. What's he gonna go for right here? What's he looking for, a sharpshooter? Trying to get a sharpshooter, can't get the legs crossed. Jay Alexander shoves him off, rolls to the outside. Cowardly maneuver right there, in my opinion, from Jay Alexander, going to the outside when he knew his number was about to get pulled from one half of the Reality Wrestling Tag Team Champions, Isaiah James. Continually distracting the referee, probably not a good idea right there, but Isaiah doesn't want to win by count out, going for a baseball slide. And he's hightailing it. Oh, look at that, beautiful. And there's that lariat. A lariat bringing down one half of the tag team champions, who's out here flying solo, might I add, Isaiah James. Oh. Fireman's carry position. And what's he gonna do? Just drops him on the apron. Just dropped him flat on the apron, did Jay Alexander. And you saw that momentary distraction from one of the Renegades of Wrestling on the outside was enough. Here we go, cover 1, 2. Oh. Look at that, just stepping on the fingers of Isaiah James. Oh! Short arm clothesline right there, excuse me, uppercut. And another. That one knocked Isaiah James all the way to his backside. using that second rope for leverage, holding on to the left arm, and boom, just knocking Isaiah James down with some huge lariats. And you feel the power behind each of those shots from Jay Alexander. Elbow to the side of the head. Beautiful arm drag right over. And Jay Alexander firmly in the driver's seat here on our opening contest this week on The Reality of Wrestling. Oh my goodness, standing moonsault cover, 1, 2, and a kick out. Oh. A rear chin lock. The power in the forearms and the biceps and triceps of Jay Alexander just pulling back on the neck and the chin of Isaiah James. Isaiah James trying to fight out of this one, having a difficult time getting back to a vertical base, rotating his hips, trying to break that hold, and he does with some elbows to help him out. Jay Alexander a shove, ducks the line. Beautiful right there, forearm from Isaiah James. And there it is, shades of the Heartbreak Kid and Texas wrestling legend Shawn Michaels. Oh! Running forearm into the corner. Reversal. What is that, Jay? Wait a minute, Isaiah James. The unorthodox offense of Isaiah James on display. Oh, kick to the gut. Gets him over for a beautiful suplex and just releases him in midair. There's that double foot stop cover. 1, 2, throw. No. Jay Alexander at the last moment. Alexander, one more reversal, but now Isaiah James looking for it for a second time. Looks like Jay Alexander shifting his weight, and Isaiah James having trouble lifting him up. To the outside. Oh, and a tope dive to the outside from Isaiah James. Oh! What was that? Oh! Obviously, a disqualification here. Isaiah James, your winner. And there comes Hendricks. There comes Shawn Hendricks. Shawn Hendricks. Look at that. Firing off on the Renegades of Wrestling. Oh! And just a brawl out here in the World Gym Arena. Well, there comes Dex. Turn around. There comes Dex at a double clothesline, knocking the tag team champions face first into the mat. We've always known by Legion that they are not going to stay down for long, in a beautiful double A style spine buster on Shawn Hendricks. Kick to the midsection. What is he going to do to him? Oh, look at that. Jay Alexander and the Renegades of Wrestling standing tall. But your winner, although he doesn't really looked like it. Isaiah James by disqualification. You have to wonder what's next in store between the Renegades of Wrestling and Legion. And are those Reality Wrestling Tag Team Championships going to be at stake in the near future? We will have to find out. We have much more for you this week on the Reality of Wrestling, and in our main event, Cameron Cole, our Reality Wrestling Champion, will defend against Mantell. All that and more here on the Reality of Wrestling.
For over 13 years, the King of Solar Screens has been an industry leader, and we proudly use 100% American-made products. Home of the $55 any size, any color solar screen.
Well, what about arches?
$55.
What about circles?
$55.
What about rectangles?
$55.
Any size, any color, installed free. The King of Solar Screens, on time, every time.
Now can you dig that, sucker?
And here we go, Diamond Division action. Here are the Reality of Wrestling's World Gym Arena and the Queen of House Rose. Raychell Rose makes her majestic entrance into the squared circle. This is a young lady who has continued to improve and get better, and I will have to say that she is at the top of her game here at the World Gym Arena and Reality of Wrestling. And here's the bad part. She knows it. She knows how good she is. She knows she's got the goods. She knows she has what it takes. That's why she calls herself the Queen of House Rose. That's why you all need to bend the knee to Raychell Rose. VertVixen, highly popular pro wrestler. Everyone knows you've seen the VertVixen section. You've seen her on AEW Dark. You have seen her make her rounds all across this great state and nation. VertVixen, a fan favorite, and that's putting it lightly. Really the internet darling. We will see if VertVixen, who has been here recently in the Reality of Wrestling, can continue her impressive and winning ways going up against a veteran of this division in Raychell Rose. Raychell Rose pinning that left arm behind the back of VertVixen. VertVixen trying to figure out how to get out of it. And there she does, reversal into a roll-up cover, 1, 2, and a kick out. Collar elbow tie up side headlock here from Raychell Rose. Raychell Rose trying to assert her dominance early in this contest. Beautiful headlock takeover. VertVixen had to make sure that she didn't have a shoulder down on that one. That's what our referee is there for. Doesn't look like she is. She does, rather. Continually fighting out of this. Pressing now on the jaw. And look at that. Into a head scissors. Beautiful reversal there from VertVixen. And she's squeezing those knees together right around the tracheal. Oh, look at that. And keeping those legs locked. Impressive from VertVixen. But look at that, the Queen of House Rose, impressed with herself as she should be. VertVixen immediately into a side headlock. Now a takeover of her own. Sending her off into the ropes. Oh! Shoulder block there from VertVixen. VertVixen trying to capitalize on it. And look at that. Raychell Rose thought they were going to go play the game as usual. VertVixen stopped it early, and now firmly in control here and pulling at the hair. Pulling at the hair from Raychell Rose. Oh. Drop kick right there. Hitting the upper body cover and a kick out after one. Not enough to make a significant difference, but enough to slow down your opponent. That drop kick, when you drop it to the shoulder of Raychell Rose, gonna make her feel it, knowing that she has past shoulder injuries. VertVixen obviously doing her homework there. Raychell Rose out for a significant amount of time a few years back with a torn shoulder and rotator cuff. Oh! To the side of the dome piece. More tune from your head top. Shout out to Jersey Drake as VertVixen is out there. And Raychell Rose saying, count. Go ahead and count her out. What do I care? VertVixen rolling back in right to the center of the ring. And a cover here. One. Still nursing side of her head where she got familiar with the size of Raychell Rose's boot. Raychell Rose ingratiating herself with the reality of wrestling audience. Sends VertVixen right into the corner. Oh! Elevated knee. And look at the height. The vertical leap from Raychell Rose. Extending that knee all the way to the face. Hesitation drop kick in the corner. Beautiful. Cover. 1, 2, and a kick out from VertVixen. Raychell Rose now, fireman's carry position, has her on top of the shoulders. Oh wait, reversal 1, 2, that could have been a major upset. Raychell Rose knew it. She knows it. She knows that could have been all. Oh, and a big spear. A spear. 1, 2, and a kick out from VertVixen. You see that spear didn't have as much on it as it normally does. You have to think that that drop kick perfectly placed to the shoulder of Raychell Rose may have made her a little bit more hesitant to throw something like that with her full velocity given the background of her injuries. Slides in the corner, VertVixen looking to chop her off. Look at that. Roundhouse kick. Oh! Running forearm, rolls her into the center of the ring. Could this be VertVixen's moment? Oh! A flying knee almost of her own. Cover 1, 2, and a kick out from Raychell Rose. A flying knee, Claymore combination style attack from VertVixen, and now Vert heading up to the second rope. Oh! Could this be all right here? I don't know what Raychell Rose is thinking, but she is taking a high risk here with VertVixen, signifying this could be the end of what has been a back and forth battle between these two diamonds. Oh, VertVixen. Oh! A missile drop kick to the rib cage. Cover. 1, 2, 3. VertVixen did it. VertVixen did it. VertVixen has beat Raychell Rose. We cannot underplay the significance of that victory. VertVixen making herself known to reality of wrestling and making it known that she is a championship contender in this division. Impressive win from VertVixen.
Paid non-attorney spokesperson for Walker, Texas lawyer.
Hall of Famer Booker T here, and I've been crushing opponents in the ring for over 20 years. But Walker, Texas lawyer, been crushing insurance companies in the courtroom for over 30. If you're injured, call Walker, and he'll crush the insurance company for you. Now, can you dig that?
Here comes Dante Leon. Dante, a man who recently went viral all over the internet for that beautiful shooting star press cutter that we saw him pull off expertly, even getting praise from former WWE champion Seth Rollins. This man obviously has athletic ability aplenty. And this evening, making his reality wrestling debut. There he is, from Greens Point, Texas. The fastest kicks in the South. A former reality wrestling television champion. A former reality of wrestling champion. And the current winner of the Rise to Wrestling Royalty Tournament. BK all day, cowboy up for Bryan Keith. Hall of Fame radio show with Booker T on ESPN at 97.5 and 92.5. For a long time, we've discussed pro wrestling, we've discussed MMA, we've discussed boxing, and there's one constant when you talk about matchups between two competitors. That is that styles make fights. When you can see a great clash of styles between two people, you get to see some incredible, unforgettable, and at times unimaginable offense in action. I believe that this evening is one of those times. These are going to be one of those times where styles make fights. You look at Dante, you look at BK. Show of respect here from the purple and pink haired, tie-dye shirt donning Dante. Bryan Keith, let's say uncharacteristically, not going for the sign of sportsmanship and respect, but I think that Bryan Keith is a bit cautious, as you should be around anybody dressed like that. He is cautious of Dante. And I'm interested to see how Dante takes to being inside the World Gym Arena. Like we talked about, he is a GCW standout, somebody who went viral on the internet. And right now, I mean, he's just kind of playing around with Bryan more than anything. These two bouncing around one another, trying to maybe look for that first opening. Who's going to make the first mistake? Collar and elbow tie up here. Dante down to his right knee, trying to get leverage. And Bryan keeps saying, look, that's how we do it here at the Row. Bryan Keith, great control of the wrist. Great control of that left wrist. And Dante. Able to find his way out of it. And there we are again. Look at these two guys. One not outdoing the other. This is what I was referring to when I said that styles can indeed make fights at times. Now Dante, not as smiley as he was before. Beautiful takedown there. Double leg takedown, trying to go into a cover. Bryan Keith, one. Now look at that, a front guillotine. Front guillotine locked in. Bryan Keith, always been a great chain wrestler. Cover two and a kick out. And now Dante backing up in the corner, saying, okay. Gonna have to alter the game plan. Gonna have to call the audible in this one. Back to control the wrist. Dante fighting through. Oh, Bryan Keith sending him right back down. Oh, had everything scouted, and look at that. Well, that's one way to get back up to your feet. That even impressed the Lone Ranger of the Road, Bryan Keith, right there. And a headbutt, both men colliding, thinking the same thing. Stopping the momentum that either had. I don't know what all this conversation's about. There we go. Exchanging of some forearms, and now a discus forearm to the jaw of Bryan Keith, and they're one of those kicks. Oh. Dante, look at that! Almost a cartwheel kick there. Rolling through. Oh my goodness. Unique ability aplenty. But fastest kicks in the South. Always on sight. Oh! cutter. Bryan Keith rolling through, cover one. Side effect, there it is. 1, 2, and a kick out. Bryan Keith pointing to the audience. I think he was looking for reassurance that was only a 2 count. Dante head full of steam. Oh! Diving corkscrew. Body attack from Dante to the outside. Now Dante, this is where he likes to live. This is where he makes his bread and butter. What is he thinking? Oh, looking for a 450, lands on his feet. Going for that cutter again. Bryan Keith. Rodeo DDT. Rodeo DDT, cover 1, 2, 3. Bryan Keith is your victor. Bryan Keith fired up after that victory, as he should be. Impressive battle between both of these men. The man who rose to wrestling royalty is your winner. Bryan Keith continues his way, and he cowboyed up to do it.
Coming here to Booker's, home promotion here in Houston, Texas. What was your initial impression, of this venue and this promotion?
Yeah. Oh, I loved it. It's very professional. It's a very good production. Booker's doing it right. They have it made with something like that. That's doing TV so they can learn to get ready to go to the big dance. Because a lot of places don't have TV to prepare for WWE, and you have it here. And that's very rare these days. Very rare.
Former television champion, Steen. Oh, look at that. Good God in heaven. His nickname, his moniker, the Professional. But between that and his mullet, we might need to think of a new nickname for Steen. Nevertheless, making his return to the ring, we talked about it several months back, suffered from a devastating injury to his arm, in which he had to have surgically operated. Nevertheless, Steen trying to get a championship.
This stone don't crumble.
Stone. You see the signs all around the arena. Your reality of wrestling television champion. Somebody who's got box office written all over him. Reality wrestling back in a big way. This is one of 2 title matches that we will be seeing here this evening. And there it is, the Reality Wrestling Television Champion up for grabs. Championship up for grabs, I should say. The former champion at one point, Brenden Steen, takes on Edge Stone. Edge Stone, impressive in his run since he started in Reality Wrestling. Collar and elbow tie up there. Edge Stone sends him right into the corner. Looking at Brenden Steen like, what now? And Brenden Steen's always been crafty. He's always thought outside the box. You can go back to his wars with the current Texas champion, Will All Day. You can look at him in that fatal 5-way match at Deep Impact. He has always found a way to get what he needs, to do what he has to do. You can go to Lucha Extrema. You can go to any of his matches. You will see him constantly thinking, constantly strategizing. So you can never count him out. Oh man, but a big body slam from Edge Stone. And let me stop talking about how great Brenden Steen is, because Edge Stone coming here, but look, right there. That is what I was talking about. That is what I was talking about with Brenden Steen. Finding a way to make the odds a little bit more even for you. Sending him right into that structured steel support post we have here in the World Gym Arena. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. What did we just witness? This is the kind of athlete who could have played professional football for the NFL. He could have gone and tried his hand at mixed martial arts. He could have been competing in the Olympics. Oh, and a big power slam. Cover. 1, 2. But he chose professional wrestling as Brenden Steen gets a shoulder up there. And aren't we glad that he did? Oh! Again, that's going to slow you down. Brenden Steen finding a really good position and trying to get it over, and he does. A bulldog. Looking for that headbutt. He's going to be looking for that headbutt. Oh, and he hits it. Say, cover him. Cover him. Can he get him over? Cover. 1, 2, 2.5. 2.5. Brenden Steen thought he was about to recapture Reality of Wrestling gold. Now just pulling back on the face of Edge Stone. Oh, look at that body avalanche in the corner from the television champion. Drop toe hold, sending Edge Stone into that second turnbuckle. For the third time, Brenden Steen finding a way. Oh, jumping X Factor. Cover. 1, 2, and a kick out after 2.5. Brenden Steen just jumping on the back of the big man. And a one-arm flapjack from the champion, who's trying to get himself back in this thing. The athleticism again on display. Up on the shoulders. Up on the shoulders. Oh, wow! Stone! Can he make a cover? Cover 1, 2, and a kick out from Brenden Steen. This is for the Reality Wrestling Television Championship. It is your co-main event on the evening here on Reality of Wrestling. And there it is, the blockbuster. No. Brenden Steen had it scouted. Russian leg sweep. Russian leg sweep. The move that won him that television championship before. Oh my goodness, could this be it? Stone back up to a vertical base. Brenden Steen now on his shoulders, on Stone's back. And a Russian leg sweep. A Russian leg sweep. Can Brenden Steen capitalize? If he does, he'll be the new champion. Cover, 1, 2, and a kick out. Oh my God! And close but no cigar. The diving headbutt. And there's that big blockbuster. The Atlas Stone. Cover. 1, 2, 3, and still the champ. Will not crumble. Still your Reality Wrestling Television champion, Ed Stone. What a battle. Coming up next, Cam Cole takes on Mantel for the Reality Wrestling Championship. We have more here on the road.
For over 13 years, the King of Solar Screens has been an industry leader, and we proudly use 100% American-made products. Trust the King with your castle. You'll be glad you did.
Now I know you can dig that.
There you have it, Houston.
Former Reality Wrestling Texas champion, the master of the 100-proof slam, Mantell, signaling right there what his intentions are this evening. In our main event, he looks to capture the championship that has eluded him, the championship that really symbolizes that you are the absolute best independent wrestler out in the country today. That championship is the reality of wrestling championship. And Mantel is just 3 seconds away during the course of this match to being the champ. The baddest in the game. The reality of wrestling champion. For the past 6 months, Cam has reigned supreme in the World Gym Arena. But he is not at the face. All 100 proof of Mantel. The drag of the vape pen. Not sure what that does for the cardiovascular system, because you're going to need every ounce of energy that you can against that man. But here we go, our second championship match of the evening, and it doesn't get any bigger than this. The Road Championship up for grabs. Cameron Cole staying light on his feet, bouncing, now engaging with Mantel, and just sent flying halfway across the ring. Mantel said, headband off, it's game time. Mantel probably has north of 35, 40 pounds on Cameron Cole. Cameron Cole saying he'll take his time. You know what? He knows that he has the champion's advantage. Title cannot change hands on pinfall. I mean, it can only change hands via pinfall or submission, not by countout or disqualification. And then Mantel sending him across the ring for a second time. And now Mantel following that up with some big shoulder thrusts. Cam with some closed fists. Referee Isaac Bouillon calling attention to it, but at times you have to be a little bit more lenient with the roll. Look at that. Wow. Placed right on the chin. Oh. And now sending the champion to the outside. Mantel, all kinds of fired up. And that chop knocked Cameron Cole flat on his back on top of the announcer's table. Oh, but look, take a look there. Cameron Cole now capitalizing on that, but when he sent Mantel into those ring steps, Mantel immediately grabbed what I believe was his left knee, cover one, and a kick out after one. You have to wonder if that was just a reaction, or Mantel may have felt something in his knee whenever that occurred in the match. Second rope. Cam Cole, look at that. Mantel catching him. Said no problem, no problem. And now, oh! Suplex, cover, 1, 2, and a kick out. Cam Cole looking at the referee trying to call a timeout. Oh! Suplex into that turnbuckle, and you see again grabbing what I think is now the right knee. I think Cameron Cole at that moment sensed it. He sensed it. He sensed something might have been wrong with that knee. And now going to work on the right knee of 100 proof Mantell. Expert drop kick to that knee again. Now Cam targeting the knee joint of Mantell. You see how he has the bottom of the leg between his two thighs, pulling back on it, trapping all the tendons inside of that knee. Mantell trying to fight out of it. Oh! And it almost looks like he's targeting both knees, is Cam Cole. Cam Cole trying to take out the complete lower body of Mantell. Mantell needs that base of strength in order to get you up and hold you for that 100 proof slam. Cam Cole taking notice of that, strategized for that. As soon as he saw an opening to take that out of Mantell's arsenal, he went for it. Mantel trying to roll through on this one. Can he stand up with him? Can he get up with him? And he does. No, look at that. Knees give way. Both knees gave way. We don't realize how much of your lifting ability comes from your lower extremities. Cover. 1, 2, and a kick out. Cam Cole now stalking Mantell. And look at that, a reverse figure 4. Almost, and using that bottom rope for leverage. Cam Cole, this son of a gun. And now the referee was thinking about disqualifying Cam, which wouldn't have made anybody happy in this arena. Maybe with the exception of Cam Cole, because he would have been guaranteed he'd still be the champion at the end of the day. Clothesline. And was that the opportunity that Mantell needed to create for himself in order to get back into this contest? Referee starting the count. And there he comes. Mantell firing back up. Lefts and rights. Oh, and adrenaline. Adrenaline kicking in. As you can see, he's still favoring those knees. Getting Cam up, and can he hit it? There it is. Can he hit the slam? Can he hit the slam? Can he hit the slam? Cam Cole grabbing on the top rope, self-preservation in mind. And a poke to the eye. And a code breaker, didn't get it all though. What is he doing here? Got Mantell up for a snap DDT. And now Cam has those arms pinned behind Mantell. Hyperextending the shoulders, tearing at the labrum in the left and right shoulders of Mantell. And look at the strength of the man affectionately referred to as Moonshine. Able to break that hold from Cam Cole. Now some clubbing, forearm shots. This is one of the biggest challenges that Cam has had in his championship run thus far. Oh! To the rib cage, but it didn't knock Moonshine down. Look at that. Suplex. Mantell. Sit down powerbomb cover. 1, 2, and a kick out from Cam. Unbelievable. Cover. 1, 2, 3. Cam Cole. Cam Cole was using the ropes. Cam Cole was using the ropes. Well, Cam Cole finds a way. Much like life finds a way. And Dr. Ian Malcolm said that nevertheless, I do not think this is all between Mantell and Cam Cole. And I'm sure when the powers that be see this, they will agree. For our executive producers, Booker T. Huffman and Charmel Huffman, for our director, Kevin Bernhardt, my name is the Brad Gilmore. This is the reality of wrestling.